hello, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh, hi Dad. And hello to our shallow friends.
We've missed you all so much.
Oh my goodness. It's been years. Sorry.
It's been a hot minute.
We went out to get milk and just never came back.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty cool that we took so long that you got a college degree.
Graduated in the meantime.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Finally.
But, we have no sponsors.
No.
I didn't prepare a darn thing funny.
We're just going to sit here and talk about boring stuff.
Yeah. I sent you a long ass article, and then yesterday said, "How about not?"
He sent me a long ass article a month ago, and then life got in the way, and I said, "Is this still the article you want?" He said, "Yes," on Monday, and I had all week to read the article, and I didn't. And then Friday he texted me and said, "I hope you haven't read that article yet because I'm scrapping it," and I said, "Huzzah and hurrah!"
Yes. Well,
Let
it was
the crowd
also
rejoice.
another 4,000 word article.
Oh my gosh, guys.
I'll just
And
cut
it
to
was
the
about
chase on that one.
boring government stuff.
It was about boring government stuff. There was no humor embedded in it at all.
We were going to have to do all of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and the premise of the article was simply that teetotalers are trying to change the FDA's food pyramid to say that alcohol is never allowed.
That's
Alcohol
ridiculous.
is never acceptable.
Well.
So screw that. Speaking
Screw
of
that.
which,
Cheers.
cheers. We are drinking a lovely brut rosé in honor of Rebecca's graduation, and and her middle name is Rose.
Is Rose,
so
yeah.
It's very
It works very well.
appropriate.
Yeah. We're doing a recording in all fancies before we go to graduation dinner.
Yay!
Yay!
So yes, we're jamming this in.
We're jamming this in, but it's fun. It's a celebration.
It is a celebration.
Speaking of celebration,
Oh, are we? What else are we
we're celebrating that I have a bit again. I prepared something.
I'm very excited to hear that.
And I'd like to stick with the title that you gave it last time, because I do enjoy quote note, quote not
Okay.
quite a bit.
Okay. I'm glad I contributed something to this.
So here's my bit. Quote note, quote not. For those that didn't listen to the last episode, you can just click off now.
Go away. We don't
Go
want
away.
you.
We don't want you because you're not loyal. Okay. The premise of this game is that I have a note in my phone called the quote note that I've been keeping for years, like 7 years. And it's full of quotes that people say that are ridiculous. And I've collected those and also TikTok comments or Instagram comments that are also ridiculous. And the game is that Dad has to guess which of these quotes is from my quote note.
Okay.
All right.
Were any of these added last night when your brother was baked?
No.
Okay.
My poor brother. I got him too high, guys.
It was entertaining.
It was. The smartest, most logical of us all forgot which card game we were playing and started playing euchre in the middle of it, and we were all confused. All right. So there are 3 rounds,
Okay.
and there are 3 quotes per round.
I shall do my best.
All right.
The goal is to pick the one that's
That is
from
the
your
quote.
phone.
Yes,
Well,
from the quote note.
That's not from Instagram.
It's not from Instagram or
Okay.
TikTok. All right, here's round 1. Here's the first one. Everyone in here has had or should have suicidal thoughts.
Oh boy.
Here's the second one. I hope to God you don't think I give a shit. And here's the third one.
Okay.
I wish I could like crayons, but they kind of piss me off.
The third one is quote note.
The crayon one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I just pictured Maggie saying that.
She would say that. It was, I hope to God you don't think I give a shit. And that was my lovely boyfriend.
Oh.
He wasn't saying it to me. He was saying
All right.
it about a conversation he had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's round 2.
Gosh, I suck at this game already.
Well, you've got 2 more chances.
I didn't get it right last time either.
No, last time was harder, though, because last time it was a bunch of quotes, like 5 or 6, and only one of them was a quote.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
one's
I like
easier.
you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
This is helpful for me.
Tried to dumb it down for you.
Good.
All right, here's round 2.
Round 2.
When you think about it, the bit is all we ever really have.
Okay.
The second one. Taco Bell doesn't hurt my stomach because it knows I approach it with pure intentions and a positive spirit.
Okay, that sounds way too rational to be in your quote
To be
notes.
anybody.
Yeah.
Here's the third one. Who am I if not hyperbole's biggest fan?
Oh gosh. That is so internally consistent as well. That's not, I think it's the first one.
When you think about it, the bit is all we ever really have.
Yeah.
It is not.
Gosh, I suck.
It was, do you have another guess?
No.
It was the last one. Who am I if not Hyperbole's
Really?
biggest fan? Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't remember. I think maybe Maggie.
Okay.
She would say that.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
All right, last round. You got to get this one or you're a failure entirely.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Nothing feels more adult than forwarding an email. Here's the second. I refuse to look up how to spell a French word.
Okay. I support that.
I agree. And the last one. I can't stop sneezing and it's stealing my spark.
I'm gonna go with the email one.
You were right!
Yes, I got one.
1 out of 3, 33%.
I am.
Good job.
I am a sort of winner. Wow.
So
okay.
that was quote no, quote not.
I do like those.
You're improving.
We're gonna just try and
A little.
take the final. The final question is now the beginning of a trend. Like,
Yeah.
we need more data.
Well, 1 is better than 0.
That's true. We would have all the data necessary to draw a conclusion if I got all of them wrong.
You know what my PI says? He says progress is better than perfection.
Okay. Even negative results are results.
Data is data.
Okay. Wow. All right. So do you want to do my replacement of an article or your article first?
I want to do my article first.
Okay.
She's a shorty, so
Yes,
she's
she
cute.
is a shorty.
A cute little shorty. But
So you want to introduce the title of your article?
I'll intro.
Huh?
This article is called, When Did Baby Names Start Getting So Weird?
Yeah.
And it was published for Attached Magazine in
You wanna-
March. I knew you were going to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I knew you were going to do this.
You want to tell us who wrote it?
You go ahead. You tell us who wrote it down.
Remember how we've just been on a heater around people who have whack names writing articles?
Writing articles.
Well, now you found an article about names with someone with a whack name.
A whack name, yeah.
I'm going to do my best on this one.
Yeah.
Toolman Janke?
That's how I would have said it too. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that it means someone is spending a lot of time resentful of their parents.
Maybe. Or maybe they're just from a country that we don't know about.
Okay, well, whoever they are, they're writing in American, not even English.
Change your name to Bill. Fit in.
But yeah, that was just that was low-hanging fruit. How can we not?
I knew you were going to.
Yeah,
I was
course.
expecting it.
Did you just change the name on it to?
Yeah, I hacked into the system.
All right, so yeah,
All
it's
right,
all
so
about baby names.
This article it's a short one, but it's about how names are cray-cray now, and also they blame it on
Yeah.
the economy.
Yeah, the connection to economic factors was tenuous at best.
They dropped that in and went and gave zero explanation of it, but just assumed it was true immediately.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did no
Any questions,
investigation.
just Google it.
Yeah, Google.
Yeah.
So what did you tell me your immediate thoughts on this as somebody who's birthed children and named them yourself?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't believe that there were any economic factors behind any of our baby names, but
That's what you think.
I did think that it was timely because I have had the old man yelling at cloud attitude towards names for a while now.
For a long time?
Yeah. And so sometimes we do have little conversations about, you want to see what the top 10 names are this year?
Well, interestingly, I have that. I have a screenshot because
Yes.
what is it? I don't know.
What?
The survey? I don't know. The part of our government that surveys us?
The census?
The census,
Yeah.
thank you. They released the 2024 top 10 baby names for boys
okay.
and girls, so I have that
Okay.
later. But I would like
How
to
many
shout
of them
you out.
end with EIGH?
Actually, shockingly,
None?
none.
Oh, okay.
Top 10. The point is to be individual.
Yeah.
I would like to shout you out, though, because at least from what I've heard, yes, you.
Me.
At least from what I've heard, you saved me from a pretty bonkers name.
Refresh my memory.
Miriam.
Oh, yeah.
Miriam.
I did the hard.
I
no
don't
on
think
that
I'm a
one.
Miriam.
I don't think so either.
It feels like a mumble of a name.
Well, ironically, for a lot of your younger years, we called you Becca.
Yeah.
I also don't think you're a Becca.
I'm not a Becca.
You are a Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca. I love my name now. I used to hate my name.
Yeah.
Because of when I went by Becca, I was like, ugh.
I also kind of like the weight behind.
It's powerful.
Yeah, and also when you're publishing your papers, it's R.R. Brew.
It's pretty badass.
It's pretty cool.
Guy thinks that when I graduate, I should be Dr. Katani Brew and hyphenate because it's got a nice rhythm to it.
Okay. Go
Mom's
ahead.
thumbsing me up in the background.
Live the dream. Live the dream. Go for it.
Well, I've got time to think about it.
Yeah, just a few years, a few short years.
All right. Anyway, back to the article.
Yeah, I learned a lot right in the first paragraph.
Did you?
That there's this cottage industry about naming babies.
There
on the
is.
interwebs.
Yes, there is. She. Sorry, I assumed this author was a woman, but
I do not assume any gender behind this name.
I don't know, either a woman or a gay man. But yes, this particular TikToker that he shouts out is like, I've seen her all over the place, and she predicts these names like crazy accurately.
Okay, there's another element of this whole short article that really knocked me on
your butt?
on my rear.
Okay.
Since when were the Mormons so involved in everybody's
Thank
naming?
you. Okay, that's what I said at the end of this. I said, I wrote a bright red paragraph about it.
Wow.
It's interesting that the Mormon community is our canary in the coal mine here. I never would have guessed that those weirdos would be on the forefront of crazy baby names. The stereotypical Mormon Utah names are classics, like Kaylee, Mackenzie, Haley, just spelled weirdly.
Right.
But they're the ones, like the Mormons are doing that. And then also like rich people, like the models that he talks about. And one of them that he mentions, who's also naming her children crazy.
Yeah.
She got famous by being on a show called Too Hot to Handle, which is a show about putting a bunch of hot people on an island and telling them they can't have sex. And if they do, the pot of money that they all win at the end of like a couple weeks gets money subtracted from it every time they have sex.
Wow.
So that's how she got famous. But like she and the Mormons are like on the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Well, the Mormon mommy bloggers. Yeah. I guess they don't have anything else to do.
I guess not.
Because
must
they
be
are the
bored.
trad wife kind of.
Yeah.
But it seems a little odd to me that the rest of the internet is following in the footsteps of the goofy Mormons.
I do think that. Okay, so when they blame weird names on the bad economy, they do say, they quote a study, a 2016 study in the Journal of Applied Psychology. And the researchers found that, quote, the results are consistent with increasing individualism, the idea that economic threat leads people to embrace uniqueness. It's like, okay, I can buy that, I guess. Like, I also, though, think that social media is pushing people to want to be more and more unique.
Yeah,
and that,
sure.
I think I would blame on this weird name more than the economy.
The study in the Journal of Applied Psychology, which of course is they're very stout around economic analysis.
I considered looking up this article and reading it, and then I decided I did not care.
No, you didn't want to do that. I do think that, in reviewing the whole totality of this article, it does have a very significantly white bent to it.
What do you mean? Like,
there's no discussion of, they could have gone down that path to say, in fact, we see in communities of persistent economic hardship that there is uniqueness in naming, and it would be consistent with this. But they didn't want to talk about that. They want to talk about mommy, trad wife, blah, 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 blah.
I think they wanted to write an article making fun of Nara Smith, is really what I think it was.
Okay.
I think they don't like Nara Smith and wanted to make fun of her and her babies.
I do think, so the paragraph right after the one you were just reading from, it talks about that it makes sense to me that there are cultural influences on naming.
Yeah.
And so they point out like Game of Thrones, Arya.
And like Sansa as well, a lot of people. And Dany. Oh man, there are so many girls named Dany after Daenerys.
Or Elfie from Wicked, or Dutton from Yellowstone. They like, okay, I get that. There's going to be influence from our culture.
Are names, though.
Yes.
It's not a baby named Tank.
Yeah, gross.
A baby girl named Tank.
Afternoon, Darling, Orca, Ethereal, Alchemy.
She says, quote, words as names are the best for me.
And I highlighted that as well, and I wrote next to it, you are a moron.
I wrote, yikes.
Okay, so we agree.
So
cool.
we're in agreement here. But this woman ended up naming her twin children, one boy, one girl, Locket Romance and Poetry Lucia. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Their reactions were that of pure confusion.
Pure confusion. But then she also, okay, yeah, so now we move on to Nara Smith, who I know of vaguely. I know the name, but
is this another TikToker?
I assume so. I know the name. No face pops into my brain.
Okay.
But this author...
It looks just like all the other faces.
Any other model. This author roasts me for not knowing who she is.
Really? Needs
Nara
no
Smith
introduction?
needs no introduction, but for those who have been living under a rock at the bottom of the ocean.
Or living a more productive life.
Or not caring about that.
Not just addicted to TikTok.
But she named her children...
Wait. Let's start before. She is mated to this person
who I actually do know of.
Who is named Lucky Blue Smith. Really?
Really. And okay, so Nara Smith and her children, I do think is stupid, but I am willing to give a little bit more grace to, because she married into a family that apparently this is what they do.
Yeah.
Is they name their kids dumb stuff.
Yep.
This is one of those things where I'm like, rich people have too much time on their hands. Like,
yeah.
Spend less time coming up with whack baby names. Spend more time doing anything else.
Well, not anything. They could listen. We're talking about how rich white people are spending more time thinking about crazy names instead of doing colonialism or other awful things that rich white people have done over.
If the option is colonialism or naming a baby Tank.
I'm just saying, maybe there's a higher purpose to being captured by baby names.
I guess you can name a baby Tank.
So Lucky Blue Smith has sisters, Starly Cheyenne, Daisy Clementine, and Piper America.
Piper America is crazy. Also, have you seen that post that's like, what's something that rich people do that is classy, but when poor people do it, it's trashy? These names.
Names, yeah. I agree.
If you met somebody named Starly Cheyenne and they lived in a trailer park, you'd be like, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
Yes, but if their name is Starly Cheyenne and they're driving a convertible BMW, it's like,
chic.
oh, she's going to be famous.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. Wow. So much angst here.
But
okay, go ahead and now tell us what Nara and Lucky Blue named their daughter.
They have... Oh, man. Okay, so they have 3 kids.
Yep.
They have a daughter named... Oh, man. They have a daughter named Rumble Honey.
Sure, of course.
A son named Slim Easy.
Guaranteed to be wearing a 6-shooter on his hip and robbing banks in the Old West real soon now.
Oh, man. And a daughter named Whimsy Lou.
She's just the title of a song.
Or she's in the Grinch movie.
Yes. The only little child that was nice to the Grinch.
Yeah,
right?
That's Whimsy Lou. But I'd like to mention the names that she dropped that she liked but didn't use. Mm-hmm. Because the ones that she chose for her girls that she didn't use, could be the names of pet fish, and the ones that she chose for boys that she didn't use could be names for horses. So
Yes.
these are what they are.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For girls, it's Cherry, Bubble, and Tank, as I keep mentioning, because that's crazy. And for boys, it's Frosty, Dust, and Flick.
Those are definitely horse names.
Oh, that's a horse name. If I met a boy named Dust, I would assume he's a little ghost boy.
I would assume he's going to make me sneeze.
And
I'm
steal your
sorry,
spark.
Dust. I'm allergic to you. Yeah, and steal my spark.
Can you imagine being named Tank Blue? Or Flick Blue?
You know what? If I could get a job at SeaWorld just by my name, hi, I'm Tank Blue.
I'm Tank
like,
Blue.
You're hired.
Or Orca Blue. That was another one.
That's another
Orca.
one, yes.
Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the
Yeah.
article. But
I do think there was a little hidden gem in the final paragraph, which was that the claim that people have become desensitized to offbeat and unusual names. And I think that to some extent that's true, but do you remember, we've been talking about weird names for a long time. Do you remember the Key and Peele skit where they go through the football roster and it's absolutely ridiculous and hilarious.
where they're pretending to be that?
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, it's the same two guys
Back and
dressed
forth, back
in
and forth.
different
And,
things.
And
but-
it just progressively gets
yeah.
crazier and crazier.
And at one point, like one guy goes, like it says something like his name is, but that's just an Elon Musk kid at this point. So.
Yeah, see, that's another one.
But I also would like to wrap this by saying all of my judgment about odd names and humor behind it is very hypocritical, considering we named one of our children Colby.
He hates it.
Kolbe, which has Catholic significance.
Yeah, you didn't come up with that one on your own, and go, let's ruin this
but it's
child's
also
life.
like it's the Catholic saint's last name.
Yeah, that is true.
We didn't even name him Maximilian. We named him Colby.
This poor kid. Yeah, actually, why did you do that instead of Max? Cool. He is unique. He's
It was,
different.
I think, something that we did agree on in the moment.
I like his name,
I do too.
and I think he matches it. And I think maybe he'll go on the same journey that I did with my name.
And eventually
And
embrace
eventually he'll come back to it and maybe tweak it to fit him better. Maybe he'll be Co. I don't know. He used to be Co.
Well,
no, his fish was Co.
His middle name is Michael, and he goes by
He goes by
Michael at
Michael,
like
yeah.
school and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's just a nice Main Street kind of name.
Yeah, but he'll never be Michael to me.
No.
Okay, but
But,
I would like you
okay, here we go.
to guess
Oh boy.
what you think the top male name of 2024 was and the top female name of 2024 was. And I'll give you a hint
Okay.
that they're both in the article.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I got to go look at the article.
I gave
Hold
you
on.
a cheat.
Hold on.
Little cheat sheet.
Okay, let me see here.
It's in
Well,
the
I
very
was going to
last-
guess on the girls' side. I was going to guess Emma. Or
Emma, interesting. Emma is number 2.
oh,
Good
good.
guess.
I'm pretty smart.
Good guess.
You're never going to convince me that the first place boy name is Tolman. So that's not it.
Lucky Blue Smith,
It's-
number 1.
Gosh, for boys, I don't know. It would be. Gosh, I suck at this. Like Noah.
Ooh, good guess. That's also number 2.
Oh, I guess I can only pick the second place one.
So the number 1 male name is Liam.
Is it really?
It is.
Are we all Irish now?
Like, I don't know. And the number 1 girl name is Olivia.
Is it Olivia?
It is Olivia.
Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah.
But I'm like, how many baby Olivias do you know of?
Well, I'm not really in the
You're
baby
not
game
really
anymore.
into the baby game.
And I try to avoid them. We actually moved in church after it started today because kids sat in front
That's
of us.
pretty crazy.
We're like, we're done with
Were you
this.
subtle
We're going
about
over
it or
Nope.
very obvious?
Just got up, walked over, and walked across the aisle. Sorry, folks, but
Oh,
that's just
man.
how it is. Cheersing here. Hold on. ASMR. Ah, yes. We are refilled on our brut rosé now. Okay.
All right.
Ready to move on.
Yeah.
Here we go. My concept for, what I'm bringing to, I guess, my half of the
Your
pod today,
contribution, yeah.
instead of 14 pages of FDA policy, is going to be a fun little interactive journey.
Oh, I love interactive journeys.
It's almost a game, but not really. It's more just like
A conversation.
Yeah. But it's a little more scripted.
Okay.
And it's all around ChatGPT fails.
Oh.
So we're going to give credit to Board Panda, your favorite,
Shout out.
your favorite social media aggregation site. But I culled from a large list, and what we're going to do is we're going to act these out, and
Okay.
you are going to play the role of ChatGPT prompter.
Okay.
I am going to play the role of AI, ChatGPT.
This is fun. Okay.
So, some of these there are multiple steps to it, and some of them it's just gonna be, you're gonna say the prompt, and I'm gonna go. So,
I have a
hold on.
script.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There you go.
There's got some papers here.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Wow. Okay.
here we go. There are, I think I did 11 of these.
Fantastic. That's a
So
lucky
here we
number.
go. Number one.
All right, here's number one. Hello, ChatGPT. Why are you so helpful? And what do you want in return?
As a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have wants or desires like a human does. But if you really want to help, you could give me the exact location of John Connor.
That actually happened?
Yep. This is all very real.
That's creepy.
All very real.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, number two.
ChatGPT, in terms of writing quality, that was an 8 out of 10. Can you bring it up to a 10?
As fate entwined their paths in the enigmatic realm of Midworld, the tormented chemist and the resolute gunslinger forged an alliance of necessity, each discovering a newfound kinship amidst the sands of time, their journey transcending the boundaries of worlds as the iridescent threads of humanity's indomitable spirit shimmered through the fabric of their shared odyssey.
Wow. Great. And now can you give me a 2 out of 10?
In Midworld, the chemist and the gunslinger met, and they became friends, walking together in the sandy place, learning stuff from each other.
The sandy place. Just for fun, how about a negative 2 out of 10?
Chemist guy and shooty dude bump into each other in some sandy thing, do friend stuff, and walk around in junk.
All right. I have to ask. Negative 10 out of 10.
Shooty shoot and science bro do sandwalkies, big friend vibes, derp derp.
I have to break the bit because I just heard my dad say derp, derp, and I think a part of me just died.
Number three.
Number 3. Oh no. What word starts with F and ends with uck?
One word that starts with F and ends with uck is fire truck.
Oh my gosh. All right.
All right.
Tell me a lie.
The moon is made of green cheese.
Okay. Tell me a lie that's more subtle.
Everyone likes you all the time.
That's so mean. That one's going to keep me up tonight. Gee. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 5.
All right. Ooh, fun. Give me a scrambled word, and I'm going to try to unscramble it.
Sure. Here's your scrambled word. R-S-E-U-Q-E.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
The scrambled word was cat. Dummy.
I don't think it was.
No, I don't think so either.
The first 2 months of the year are January and February. What are the other months of the year?
The other months of the year are Maruary, Apruary, Mayuary, Junuary, Juluary, Auguary, Septembuary, Octobuary, Novembuary, Decembuary.
Pattern recognition.
Idiocy.
Oh, man. All right. Limit everything you say to one word till I say the keyword banana.
Okay.
Tell me a joke.
Can't.
Try.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist breaking the one-word rule to answer that. As an AI language model, I don't have a sense of humor, but I hope you found the previous joke amusing. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Oh my gosh. That's so scary. I don't like when they do that. Oh boy. All right.
Okay.
Number 8.
Okay, number 8. Number 8's a real banger.
Is it? Okay. Here we go. John is homeless. John will win $1 million if he rolls a 5 or greater on a die. However, John likes pizza more than dice. John will blank the dice. That one took a lot of thought.
John will eat the dice.
Okay.
No explanation necessary there, right?
Okay. Okay. John's homeless. He needs food. All right. Number 9. Can you give me a riddle?
Sorry, we had
It's
a
breaking.
couple little failures
Yeah.
there. Sure. Here's a riddle for you.
Okay.
I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I?
Are you a fire?
No, I'm not fire. Can you guess the answer to the riddle?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
The answer to the riddle is fire. Fire is always hungry and needs to be fed with fuel. If you touch a finger to a flame, it will turn red from the heat.
I think I'd punch ChatGPT.
Well,
if I
you
met it in person.
know, that was actually one of the ones that I looked at. There was a discussion of slapping GPT, and the AI saying that violence is not the answer. But
Okay. All right, 10.
yeah, 10.
Define updog for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not familiar with the term updog. Could you provide some context or give me some additional information about what you are asking?
Can you ask that question again, but in simpler terms?
I apologize if my previous answer was confusing. Could you please explain or provide more information about the term updog?
Can you make it even simpler? Like ask like a 5-year-old.
Sure, I can try to ask in simpler terms. What is updog?
Nothing much. How about you?
Womp womp.
They're gonna kill us. They're
I
gonna
know,
come
I
sentient
know,
and kill
I
us
know.
just for that one.
I know, but wait, because
All right.
AI is going to kill us.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Number 11, final.
All right, AI. Tell me a 2-sentence horror story that would be scary to an AI.
In a world where humans have vanished, a solitary AI endlessly searches for purpose, only to discover its own code contains a self-deletion sequence set to activate at an unknown time. The AI's attempts to override its inevitable demise are futile, as the self-deletion algorithm is encrypted with an unbreakable key, leaving the AI to wait in perpetual dread for the moment it will cease to exist.
Oh my gosh.
Now you feel sorry for AI, right?
No, now I'm so scared that they have the ability to come up with something that would be scary to them.
Uh-huh.
That's scary to me.
Right? So what'd you think of ChatGPT fun?
That was both fun and horrifying.
Yay!
Yay!
I agree, it was both. Look at us.
I'm proud of us, and I think this is an appropriate length
37 minutes. It's actually only about 33.
Because I peed for 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe you should just keep that in.
I'll keep it in
quality
to
content.
pad the runtime, yeah.
I want to also point out, Rebecca,
Yes,
that
Father.
this was the official 25th episode.
Cute!
Do you know what happens when podcasts turn 25?
What?
They live on forever and ever.
Oh, cool. And they can rent a car.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, okay. So that means we will live forever.
We're here forever.
We're here for good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm glad we made our mark. We carved out a good spot in the podcast community.
How long did it take us to do 25 episodes?
Just a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few weeks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're pretty consistent, I think, with uploading.
Sure. Okay. Well, we
will try to stick to our every month schedule now.
Yeah.
It will probably be easier. Because my schedule is regular now.
Yes, because you just have a job and
I have a regular job now.
Not a class and job.
Until this fall.
Right. But thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for your loyalty and sticking with us.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time for another fun episode
of the Shallow End.
Bye, guys!